Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome back to the show. My next guest is Quentin Crisp. By his own admission, he is a most unusual person. He gained notoriety in writing his autobiography, The Naked Civil Servant, which recounted his life in London, living openly as a homosexual. He has toured this country in a one-man show and has been very candid in talking about his life. Would you please welcome Quentin Crisp? Thank you very much for being here. Tell me, you're working on a new book. What is the name of the new book that you're writing?
That book is called How to Become a Virgin.
How to Become a Virgin. And...
It's quite easy. You just go on to television. All your sins are wiped away. Doesn't matter what you've been on television for, even if it's because you've murdered your mother. The next day, no one is going to walk by saying, "Don't look now, there's that terrible man." They will cross over the road at the risk of losing their own lives to say, "We saw you on television."
Yeah, so celebrity then becomes more important than whatever crime he or she may have committed.
Exactly.
Yeah. You toured in a one-man show, and I understand that the second half of the show usually was questions from... What was the question most frequently asked you?
Well, quite often I'm asked about my hair. Is it a wig?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if it were a wig, it would look more natural.
Yeah. It's interesting hair you have.
Thank you for these kind words.
When you lived in London, you lived in an apartment for a very long time. You're not much for house cleaning.
No, it's a great mistake.
To clean a house?
Yes. In fact, this is a message of hope. After the first 4 years, the dirt doesn't get any worse. It's just a question of not losing your nerve. Think of all those years you wasted dusting all the rails under the chairs, with people saying, if you go on living like this, heaven knows what will happen. I'm still here, and I'm 73.
So it's a waste of time?
It's a complete waste of time.
Isn't that off-putting to people who might want to come over and visit?
Oh, no. No, that's quite untrue. People say no one will visit you if you live in this way. It becomes a pilgrimage to see how anyone could live.
Yeah, maybe print up bumper stickers. I saw his room.
Yeah. That's right.
Now, you're living in New York now.
Yes.
Same thing goes?
The same thing goes, but I shall be 112 before I've got my room into the same state.
Just stuff cluttering about, and yeah. In London, your name was printed in the phone book.
Yes.
Now, you're a gentleman of certain notoriety. That seems to be a risky thing.
If you don't have your name in the phone book, you're stuck with your friends. How will you ever enlarge your horizons?
But I suppose you get a lot of calls, people looking for the pizza place, wrong number. So they don't become your friends, do they?
They don't. They might.
Have you? But you know, this is a very frightening thing to have your privacy put on the line like that. Did you ever have any nasty experiences?
Oh yes, they ring me up threatening to kill me. I say, "Do you want an appointment?"
Have to wait in line, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you wouldn't do that in a city like New York, I would guess.
Well, my name will be in the book when I've been here long enough to have the Quentin Crisp edition of the phone book.
Yeah. So you're serious that this is a good way to meet friends?
Oh, yes.
Have you made lasting friendships this way?
Well, as far as I know, all my friendships are lasting. I never give anybody up gladly.
Yeah, yeah. You know, in the book Naked Civil Servant, in a time when it wasn't popular to do so, you lived openly as a homosexual in London. And, of course, I would guess a question you must be tired of is, you know, why subject yourself? What year is this, the mid-40s?
In the mid-30s.
Mid-30s. So why subject yourself to this abuse, and it certainly was abuse, wasn't it?
Oh, it was indeed, but I never really had any alternative. I didn't come out. I was never in. I could never have disguised myself as a human being.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you were certainly making no pretenses. That's what you were.
It would have been living like a spy.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had to watch every step I took, every word I uttered, every movement I made, if I was going to pass myself off as a heterosexual.
Mm-hmm.
It simply isn't worth it.
Yeah. Are you thought of by the gay community, whatever those two words happen to mean, but are you thought of now as a pioneer or a barrier breaker or a champion of the cause, or?
No, I'm considered to be rather a nuisance.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, they want to pass themselves off as members of the community. Mm-hmm. They want to take their place in society. Never do that. Stay right where you are and wait for society to form itself round you.
Now, what exactly does that mean?
That means that if you stay with it long enough, it will become a fashion. I'm like a stopped clock. I'm right once every 12 years.
But you also, haven't you advocated that gay people vacate their lives of secrecy?
Oh, yes. Whoever you are, don't live a life of secrecy. What is the point of that? Tell it all.
Yeah.
You've only one thing to offer the world which nobody else can give, and that's yourself. So you tell everybody what it is.
Yeah. Well, that certainly makes sense. That's to thine own self be true, as they say. Now, how long have you lived in this country now?
I've only been a resident alien for the last few months. Mm-hmm. I came here first in 1977, and then I came back in 78, and I worked in MacDougal Street, and then I worked in Los Angeles, an earthly paradise.
Do you like Los Angeles?
Everybody is beautiful, everybody is rich. All the women are actresses and all the men are lawyers.
They're either out surfing or they got a party going. I thought Mike Love was singing there for a minute. Anyway, whom of the Americans do you admire?
Oh, all of them. Mm-hmm. But particularly people whom I would consider to be stylists. People like Mr. Warhol.
For what reason?
Never did anyone do less to gain more acclaim.
What was your ambition as a child? When you were a young fellow, what?
When I was a child, at a time when my brothers wanted to be wonderful things like engine drivers and the captains of iron ships, I wanted to be a chronic invalid. I had a certain flair.
Yeah.
My mother said it would be too expensive to take up as a career.
Yeah, that's right. But you
now
showed...
I could get a grant.
Yeah. You showed tendencies, though, in those early days. It might work out for you, yeah. Mm. Things good for you generally? You treated all right walking about in New York City now?
Oh, yes. In New York, everybody is your friend.
Is that, you mean that legitimately, not facetiously?
Oh, absolutely. Bus drivers shake your hand. Taxi drivers will carry you across the city without charging you.
Really?
Restaurateurs will give you free drinks. It's amazing.
You know, I have not experienced that. I generally, when a cab driver takes me downtown, I have to pay or they rough me up.
I wonder what you did wrong.
I don't know. I should read the instructions on the back of the front seat, I guess. You're a fascinating individual, and I appreciate you coming by here this evening. It was a pleasure chatting with you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
You're very kind.
Quentin Crisp. We'll be right back with Dr. Armin Broder. My first guest, Quentin Crisp, hit the public's attention with his autobiography, The Naked Civil Servant, which recounted his years in England living openly as a homosexual. The book was made into a successful television program which aired on PBS here in the United States. Mr. Crisp is now a transplanted New Yorker, and this is a repeat visit for him on Late Night. A welcome, please, Mr. Quentin Crisp. Thank you for returning to the program. When you were here before, we really didn't get to talk about the book and the television show, The Naked Civil Servant, but it refers to what aspect of your life? The title.
The title refers to the time when I was a model, and a journalist came to ask me if I was a famous model. But there isn't such a thing anymore now, because no artists draw from figures. All their work is abstract. So you work in the schools, and the romance of it and the scandal have gone. You go to the school, you sign on, you take your insurance cards with you, you work for a definite number of hours a week, you sign off, and you are paid by check, and the check comes from the Minister of Education.
Oh, I see, because you're used as part of, you were in art classes, I guess.
That's right. You go to the schools only.
Did you model, well, naked? Sure you did. That's the title of the thing here, yeah. It's self-explanatory, isn't it?
Well, in most classes, you wear a loincloth. The women are naked, the men wear a loincloth. Now, I don't think they do. I think nakedness is here to stay.
Mm-hmm. Was that difficult work for you?
It's a constant strain.
Mm-hmm.
The work is a constant, you're uncomfortable, whatever you're doing. If the art master says, that's fine, stay like that, that's the way it is, boys and girls, for the rest of the day. By the evening, you will be absolutely worn out, and you won't be able to lift your elbows off the desk.
Yeah, people, I would not guess that it's exhausting work. Is there a trick to it, a secret? Did you have any secret?
No, there's no secret. You force yourself to do it.
Mm-hmm. And what constitutes being a good model?
Well, I suppose you could have various things to offer. You could be handsome, or you could have a magnificent physique. But as I didn't have any of these things, I decided to make it a triumph of the will. Mm-hmm. So I took the poses that most models will refuse to take. They will say it's too much strain. I can't do it.
Did you ever go look at the work after it was completed?
No, I think that would be unwise.
Mm-hmm.
The first duty of the model is to look like the work of the students. It isn't easy.
So you make it sound like they draw something and then go looking for somebody who matches up. And then
more or less, that's right.
Now, the last time you were on this program, it was brought to everyone's attention that you were listed in the Manhattan phone book.
That's right.
And it didn't occur to me at the time that perhaps you might be plagued with a call or two after your appearance. Did that occur?
Yes, indeed. They were still ringing me up at 4:15 in the morning.
And by they, you just mean
the
people,
world.
The world. And what did they generally have to say?
They liked the program.
Yeah, they were, and you spoke with them at length?
Yes, as long as they wanted to speak, I spoke.
And this, of course, this is your purpose in having your number listed.
Yes.
Yeah, no threats, no nastiness, so people pretty polite?
No, in England, they threaten you when they ring you up. Mm-hmm. They say, you're queer, I'll kill you.
That's a threat, yeah. That's.
I can only say, do you want an appointment?
You mean to kill you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, this is an awful, awful line of discussion we've fallen into here, isn't it?
Yes, ignore it.
Yeah, we should. But generally, Americans seem to be more friendly.
Yes.
Well, that's a note, I think, suitable upon which to pause, and we'll do so right now. We'll be back with Quentin Crisp. Hi there, and welcome back to the show. Quentin Crisp is here again. Nice to have you back, as I mentioned earlier. You live here in New York City?
Yes.
Pets? Have pets?
No pets. We've got enough dumb friends without them.
Have you ever had pets?
Never.
Not interested in them, huh?
You have to feed them. You have to look after them. It's hard enough for me to feed myself.
Yeah. And you like being, you mentioned that you get cab rides free. I'm a little interested in that procedure.
Oh, yes, you do. From time to time.
And explain to me how that happens exactly.
I don't really know. You get out of the cab, you offer to pay, and they say, no, just sign this piece of paper. Never for themselves. Will you sign this for my wife?
I see.
Will you sign this for my daughter?
Mm-hmm.
And you do this, and that's enough, apparently.
So you, because of your celebrity, then, that they give you a free ride?
I never know why.
Yeah. Well, I would guess that it doesn't happen to a majority of cab riders where the guy says, just your autograph will be plenty, you know. I mean,
Oh, well, you'll have to be lucky then.
yeah. Well, things seem to be great for you now, contrasted to the way things were when you were a young man in England, and you were... Yeah. Now, and what years are we talking about there?
Well, things were, I suppose, at their worst in the early 30s.
Uh-huh.
I left home and went to London and lived there from about 1931 onward, and I never got through a day without being pushed around, chased up and down the streets, hit over the head.
And why was that?
Oh, chiefly because of my appearance.
Mm-hmm. And also they were, they suspected you of being homosexual, didn't they, or...
Yes, but of course a lot of people didn't really know what homosexuality was. Mm-hmm. They certainly never used the word. Mm-hmm. But they didn't like the indifference to the sexual categories.
Yeah.
I don't accept that certain things are suitable for men and others are suitable for women. And this worries the English. They like it tidy.
And when you mean you were poked and pushed around and so forth, this is just by the folks on the street, mm-hmm. or by the authorities?
By the authorities from time to time, but mostly just by people who couldn't think what else to do.
Yeah. Were you actually injured?
Never badly.
Uh-huh. And if would they say things to you?
Oh yes, they'll shout at you, they'll curse you, they'll call you all the usual names, and they will hit you. And the main thing is, of course, you never reply.
You don't offer any resistance, or?
None. You would be killed.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty ugly existence there, huh? This is interesting to a person like yourself. You mentioned that you're recognized now as a celebrity, and there are other famous people who have mentioned their sexual preference is different from what is acceptable or generally considered to be the acceptable choice. What about somebody who is not a celebrity, say somebody running a hardware store in Montana? Does that person, he or she, have it more difficult than someone who is famous?
I wouldn't say so. I've never been to Montana. But I would say the smaller the community, the worse it gets. Mm-hmm. Nearly all the outsiders in any country move to the big cities. So the proportion, whether of gay people or just odd people, is greater in big cities than it is in small cities, and greater in small cities than in towns. Mm-hmm. That, I think, is inevitable anywhere in the world, I would guess.
Mm-hmm. Would you offer any advice to someone who had not chosen to make that move and just stay where they were?
Oh, I think they just have to brazen it out. I think that's all they can do.
Yeah.
I think it's a mistake to try to confront people with your oddities, especially your sexual oddities.
But see, that's pretty much what you were doing, isn't it? You were sort of, when you were a younger person, you weren't hiding the fact that you were...
No, I wasn't, but I didn't really ever have any opportunity to be other than I am. I don't think I could have made a go of being a real person.
I'm not sure what that means exactly. Make a go of being a real person. While we're pondering this, we'll pause. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with Quentin Crisp. Thank you very much. Welcome back. We have to say goodbye. I appreciate you being here, sir. Will you come back again sometime?
No, I will indeed.
And good luck with your cab rides.
Thank you.
And keep track of folks who phone. Do you want them to phone again?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is the gentleman who wants the phone calls. Quentin Crisp, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
We're going to pause for station identification. We'll be back with a look at the future and also CBS correspondent Morley Safer right after this. My next guest became a celebrity late in life when the television version of his autobiography, The Naked Civil Servant, was shown in England and the United States several years ago. He is currently appearing in Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest at the Soho Repertory Theater here in New York City. Please welcome Quentin Crisp. Nice to see you, Quentin. How are you? Have a seat, if you will, sir. How is the performance going down there in the
Well,
Repertory
we're
Theater?
struggling on. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Because
What part do you play, first
I'm
of
in
all?
dresses up to here
All right,
and
here's...
down to here.
What is the part? Let's take a look at you in action, and so to speak. There you go. And the part is that of...
Lady Bracknell.
And difficult for you.
It's difficult because you wear clothes that are too tight for you to be able to speak. And so you have to struggle with being able to speak at all. You're held in the middle like this. And of course, like all people of my age, I've become thick in the middle and thin at the edges. And the costumes are the reverse of this. You're meant to be thin in the middle. And, but I struggle on. Of course, I'm much too old to learn the lines, so I'm always saying anything that comes into my head.
Oscar probably would have wanted it that way. Probably had that in mind when he wrote that, I guess. Now, you've been on here a couple of times, and the thing that I can't get over about you like living in New York City, I can understand that, but you have your telephone number is printed in the phone book.
Yes.
And you're a celebrity of sort. Now, why would you invite that kind of intrusion into your private life?
I permit it rather than invite it.
I see.
But it seems to me that this is, in a way, the least I can do. Since I belong to the public, since they have invented me, I should try to be infinitely available.
Now, what do you mean they invented you? I'm not sure I follow that exactly.
Everything that has happened to me in recent years has happened to me because the American public has accepted me.
Yeah.
So I owe them something. Now, as I have nothing to offer except myself, I must always be ready to answer questions or whatever.
So it's like being in the Marines. You feel like
That's right.
Whenever
I'm
the call
always
comes,
ready,
you're
yeah.
ready to go, yeah.
Except that in the Marines are ready to attack, I'm ready to be attacked.
I see. Now, do you get attacked over the phone?
Hardly at all, compared with England.
Yeah.
In England, people used to ring me up every day, threatening to kill me. I used to say, do you want an appointment?
Yeah.
But in America, nearly all the calls are friendly.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
The Americans are a friendly race.
Do you do you get calls from all over the country?
all over the country.
Now, after this show airs tonight, will you get calls, you think?
Probably, yes.
And what will be, just projecting now, the nature of the discussion?
They will ring me up and they will ask me several things. Whether I can introduce them to you, and whether I know you.
What do you tell them when they ask?
I say, I know Mr. Letterman just as much as you see I know him. I said, when I'm there, I'm with him. When I've gone, I'm standing in the street, waiting to go home by the time the next person is on. It's very hard for them to get used to that.
You had some interesting notions about doing things with style. To you, style is the important aspect of life, right?
Yes, but not, of course, stylishness.
I don't know the difference, I guess.
Well, to me, style is a way of... You've got enemies.
Some sort of a barnyard critter up there.
To me,
owl or something.
Style is some way of representing yourself as you see yourself to the world. Not a question of wearing fashionable clothes. Because fashion is instead of style. It's when you don't know who you are, then you consult the fashion magazine.
Stylish is contrivance and style is from within.
Yes,
organic.
that's right.
Now, you believe in doing, even dying should be done with style.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
For example, your thoughts on that?
Well, of course, suicide is the style in death. Well, if you don't commit suicide, you will be lying on a brass bedstead with people standing round saying, he can't last much longer. Which is not exactly stylish.
No, yeah. Takes the fun out of those last few minutes, doesn't it? Now, I don't want to get maudlin here, but you've obviously put some thought into this. When the time came, would you feel that that would be the way you'd want to go?
Yes, if I can summon up the nerve, I think it would be the right thing.
And what would be the way you would choose?
Well, I think it ought to be tidy.
Yeah.
And I'm working at that, because you should preferably not leave a mess for the police or the neighbors or your landlady. And it's worrying, but I will work at it and I will find something.
Yeah, so that, that would be, the trouble with being alive is once you're dead, part of you is still here.
It is?
Well, at least the container.
Ah, yes, that's true. Yeah. Yes, they've got to get rid of that. That's true. A disposal problem.
Yeah. Well, and how is the musical of Naked Civil Servant coming?
I don't really know, but the option has been renewed by a Mr. Hamilton, who is sitting, we hope, by a white piano in San Diego, going and writing a musical. But whether he is or not,
does he play the piano?
We hope.
Or just a little no fun at all. We'll be right back. Thank you, Paul. We got to go. Tomorrow night, Bill Graham will be here and a dramatic reading by Larry Bud Melman and his son, Troy. Have a good night. Thank you, folks. Our first guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, became famous as the Naked Civil Servant, the title of his autobiography. We'll chat about that when he arrives. Well, he's here, but when he shows up. Well, he's shown up, but when he comes out. He is currently sharing his thoughts on life and love with audiences at the Actors Playhouse right here in New York City in an evening with Quentin Crisp. Please welcome back the very same Quentin Crisp. Nice to see you, sir. Have a seat, if you will. When was the last time you were here, sir?
Oh, I can't remember. I've been here 3 times before.
And but it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it
A year
has
or so?
indeed.
For people who may need a refreshing on the title, The Naked Civil Servant, your autobiography, what does the title refer to?
It refers to the fact that for many years I was a model in the art schools. And somebody asked me, were you a famous model? Well, there's no such thing nowadays. You're merely working for the Minister of Education.
This is in Great Britain.
In Great Britain. You arrive at the right time, you sign on, literally. You sign off in the evening. You have to have employment cards. And you're paid by check. I mean, it's just like being a civil servant, except that you've got no clothes on.
You were a nude model.
Yes.
I see. How long did you do that?
35 long, dark years.
Yeah. What is, you know, a long time ago on this show, we had a woman behind that screen there take off her clothing, and audience members came down and drew her. And she didn't seem to be the least bit embarrassed about it, nor did the people here. Was that ever a problem for you? I guess not, for 30 years, huh?
I suppose you're embarrassed the first 2 or 3 times that you appear before a great crowd of people, rather hostile people.
Now, why would they be hostile?
Because art students don't want to draw from the model, because it's difficult.
Oh.
So they come into the life room, and if you're already there, they say, you're here. That means life drawing. They don't really like it.
So the thrill of a naked man or woman really isn't a thrill at all? Huh. I didn't realize that. Tell me about the show, An Evening with Quentin Crisp. What if I were to go down there, take the wife and the kids down to see your show, what would we see?
I go onto the stage, I address the audience for about 3/4 of an hour. I tell them how to be happy, because that's really the only thing I understand. Then we have a pause and a good cry. And then we start again, and they ask me questions. They're allowed to write down their questions if they don't want to be identified with their questions. But if they don't mind, they talk to me from where they sit.
Now, the first 3/4 of the show, first 3/4 of an hour, you tell them how to live, and tell us how to live. Well, not in 45 minutes, but what is your basic
Well, now
precept
that
there?
I live in America, I realize that happiness to Americans is the same thing as success in the world of entertainment. That I didn't know when I first came here, because then I was only English. Now I'm a sort of twilight American. I have Mr. Reagan's permission to live here forever.
Oh. Now, I'm not sure I understood that, but you tell people your theories of life, you take a break.
This is what you have to do. If you want to reach the big time, it's much easier than you imagine, because all anybody has to give the world is himself. So therefore you have to decide who you are, and then you process it, you market it, you package it, so that everybody comes to recognize who you are, and then you're in the clear.
But of course, that's the real trouble, is trying to figure out who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now, you take a break. What do you do during intermission?
I sit on the stage and I sign the books or the records which are on sale in the theater. And then somebody comes with these cards and gives them to me, and I read them whatever they say.
Yeah.
And I try to answer them if I can.
And that's the show.
And that's the show.
And how much would a person pay to get in there?
I'm afraid I've never asked.
Really? But
No,
aren't you getting a cut of the door or something?
I don't think so.
Whoa,
But I never know.
boy.
You see, I have an agent, so I never know what I'm being paid.
Yeah, you should ask, maybe inquire, or one night just count the house and kind of figure it up yourself.
I'll try that.
Okay, I want to find out more about the kind of questions you get from the folks in the audience. We'll be right back, folks, with Quentin Crisp. Crisp is here. You were telling us about the program. We get to the part where you take questions, and what kind of questions do you get, and what kind of answers do you give?
I try to give truthful answers, but of course I'm not about saying I've no idea if the question is quite beyond me.
And that doesn't seem to bother money-paying customers.
Doesn't seem to. If people regard it as a sort of memory test and say who won the World Series in 1926, I don't know.
But do you get that kind of question?
Very seldom, but
Yeah.
occasionally. But mostly the questions are either about my life or about the movie made about my life, or they are questions in which people try to apply to themselves and their own circumstances the things I've said in the first half of the program.
Do you find that people are friendly toward you? Do you ever get heckled?
Very, very seldom. Never in America. American audiences are kinder than anywhere else.
It's a curious response, isn't it, that they would applaud the fact that you don't get heckled in America. I would think that, do people ask you about your appearance?
They do ask me about my appearance. They complained that my shoes were not polished.
Yep. Could I ask you about your appearance?
Yes.
All right. And I don't think I brought this up in the 3 times you've been on the show, but you have 2 purple streaks on either side of your head. And I'm guessing that's not natural.
You're absolutely right.
Okay. Now, without being, I don't mean to be making fun of, but why would a dignified, obviously eloquent and elegant man like yourself choose to do that?
Well, you see, originally I dyed my hair red. But the day came when people said, you're dyeing your hair in order to look younger. So then I had to think of a way of dyeing my hair, which didn't mean that I was trying to look younger. So the ideal way was to dye it blue or mauve or whatever. And now I continue to do it because I try to maintain an absolutely continuous image, which never changes.
So you have the blue hair. Are you saying whether you like it or not, you've got it? You're just kind of stuck with it now because you started it and you don't want to discontinue it?
I don't really mind it one way or the other. But yes, I feel I should have something about my appearance which people can recognize instantly.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a fair enough answer. And you're right. It probably has that effect. I don't... all right, let's talk a little bit about every time you've been here before. Oh, you know, Randy Newman was on this show a couple of nights ago. Are you familiar with Mr. Newman's music? He has a record out, an album out, and a song contained on the record is I Love L.A. And it turns out he wasn't being facetious. He really does love L.A. And I understand you share the same feeling.
Oh, yes. I was 3 months in Los Angeles. It's an earthly paradise. It's always summer. Everybody is beautiful, and everybody is rich. And awards grow on trees.
Awards do grow on trees. They're just falling over themselves giving out awards there. Now, where did you live in Los Angeles?
I lived in the Beverly Wilshire Hotel.
For 3 months.
For 3 months.
Well, in all honesty, that's not what I'd call an overview of the city. That's you're going to run into wealthy, good-looking people there. That's all you're going to see there.
Well, that's all I saw, so I assumed that the whole of Los Angeles was
that would be but you're right, that would be the impression you could get. Would you ever consider moving back there permanently? I know you have an apartment here in the city.
No, I don't think you can live forever in Los Angeles because they know you're only playing.
Yeah.
If you want to rule the world, you have to live in New York.
That's an interesting turn of phrase. If you want to rule the world, you have to live in New York. And are you making any progress on that?
Oh, yes, every day. Every day you meet more people and discuss the world with them at street corners even.
I had an experience 2 days ago. I was driving out of the city with my dog, and to make a long story short, I had to pay a woman $0.25 to pet my dog. It was the strangest damn thing, and I won't bore anybody with it, but it's the truth.
And she is very strange.
Yeah, it is very strange. I understand the current production of An Evening with Quentin Crisp is again getting very nice notices.
It has indeed got very kind notice.
That's great. That's great. Listen, it's good to see you again, Quentin.
Thank you.
Thank you for being back here. We'll be right back, folks. We'll have to pause for a second. Hi there. Welcome back to the show. Filmmaker John Waters calls Divine the most beautiful woman in the world. Since Divine is a man, John will have to explain this statement later in the show. Divine has appeared in such films as Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, and Polyester. He is currently touring with a nightclub act and has a new record on the pop charts. It says here, Singing with Paul Schaefer and the band, Born to be Cheap. Please welcome Divine.
As sure as there's trash, I was born to be cheap. Yeah!
Something off the Christmas album, and we'll be right back, folks. Divine. Thank you. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. John Waters is the man responsible for making Divine a movie star. He has been in his movies, Female Trouble, Pink Flamingos, Polyester, and Multiple Maniacs. John's latest work is called a book entitled Shock Value, which is described as a book that is, well, I'm a little flustered. A tasteful book about bad taste. Please welcome John Waters and Divine. This is Divine. You know, that's a very nice song, by the way.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you very much.
Let's just start with a couple obvious things.
Okay.
You're not. Tell me what exactly you are. You're not a. No, I don't mean that to be stupid, but.
I was born a male.
You are a male.
Still am
That's
a
right.
male. Yeah, I have all my own equipment that I came with.
Factory parts, huh?
Yeah, these are all added parts that come off with my work clothes.
Now you're not a transvestite.
No, I'm an actor that I specialize in women's parts.
Yeah, and in all of these movies that we've mentioned, you have played Divine. Is that correct?
Well, no, I mean, I've played different characters. My stage name is Divine.
Oh, I see. And John, how did you and Divine meet?
Well, I first saw Divine and I just thought raw beauty. We lived in the same neighborhood. And because, to me, beauty is looks that you can never forget. And I've walked down the street with Divine and seen car accidents happen.
Now you know you look good.
Yeah.
Now, the new movie, Polyester, what was your first film?
The first film was something that we did called Eat Your Makeup, was one of the first
Eat Your
ones.
Makeup, and then Pink Flamingos.
Then we had
was
Mondo Trasho,
Mondo
Multiple
Trasho.
Maniacs, Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble,
Now
Desperate Living.
these are at the time and still are cult films. They play late at night and generally X-rated, or
we didn't have any. There was no rating that could really apply to
I
our
see.
film. Polyester was rated R, though.
Now Polyester is a departure because it's more of a commercial effort, isn't
Well,
it?
yes, but I had made midnight movies and they were successful, and I wanted to spread my cancer to a wider group of people. You see, I wanted to spread my germs to suburbia.
Now, people would think you're just being flip here about that, but what exactly do you mean there?
Well, my germs, what I mean by that is my sense of humor, which I find humor in all the things that are terrible about America and things that people have anxiety about. But the first step of getting rid of anxiety is to laugh at it. So I think they're very healthy movies.
When you say things that are wrong with America, you mean economically or sociologically?
Well, I mean
or?
crime. There's a lot of crime in my films, and Female Trouble, Divine plays a person that wants to get the electric chair because she wants crime so much that that's like getting the Academy Award in her profession.
I see. And in the book, I think on the first page of Shock Value, you mentioned that you make good bad taste films.
Well, I think there's such a thing as good bad taste and bad taste, yes.
And what would the difference be?
Well, good bad taste is creatively nauseating, where bad taste would be something like that film they made about Jackie Kennedy. What was it called? But they didn't even show Jackie go shopping.
Tycoon, Greek Tycoon.
So, I mean, they didn't have Jackie go shopping. I thought, what was the director thinking about?
So there's good bad taste and bad taste, and which one would Divine be?
Divine is all the way good bad taste.
Good
yes.
bad taste. And you also mentioned that to you, if you can make somebody throw up, that's like a standing ovation.
Well, my early films, yeah. Because I've had theaters where they actually put sawdust down in the lobby because of that problem. But that was...
One thing, because of the carpeting, we wouldn't show the film. Right?
But that was the early films. So we
Yeah.
we were made on so cheap a budget, $10,000. We had to get people's attention, and that was how to do it.
I feel suddenly like Wally Cleaver sitting here. This is Ward and June, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Beaver, you better be home early tonight.
We're going to pause here. We'll be right back with more of John Waters and Divine. Thank you, Paul. Welcome back to the show. We're talking with John Waters and Divine. Coming up in the next half hour, a special report on the most beautiful shoe repair store windows in New York City. We're going to take a look at a clip from, this is Polyester, right, John?
Right, yeah.
Filmed in Odorama. We'll get to that
Yes.
later.
And this is, you can see Divine in this film play something completely different than this character. He's a put-upon housewife in this. The scene we're going to see is sort of like a deodorant commercial gone berserk.
Okay. And just when America needs it most. Take a... You guys were childhood friends, and you must tell me about your parents' reaction to this.
Well, it wasn't too good at first, but over the past 9 years, we've become very good friends long distance. They live in Florida, and they love what I do now.
They're proud of the fact that Divine is their son.
I think they're proud of the fact that I'm paying my own bills.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them for any more money.
Yeah.
And they're glad that I'm doing what I like to do, and I have a real good time doing it.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's good.
they are real glad now. It took about 9 years for them to come around, but...
All right, we have to pause here for station identification. You have the biggest hair of anyone who has been on the show.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me, I think something's about to happen.
Verily, verily, we will be back after station identification.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I have nothing to do with this.
And here's to the king of late night, The Tonight Show. The #1 late night show on television is better than ever, weeknights.
Hi, welcome back to the show here. We're just sitting around chatting with Mr. and Mrs. America. And this is John Waters, the motion picture director, producer, and Divine. John, have you ever felt the need to do anything that was of great social relevance?
No, I haven't at all, because I think being socially redeeming is so very boring. You know, I'm just trying to make people laugh. That's the only reason I ever pick up a movie camera.
Yeah, and your folks, how do they feel about it? You were described as being the Prince of Sleaze.
No, I think the Prince of Puke, a lot of different... I think it sort of sums it up. My mother, there was an editorial in the Sun paper in Baltimore where I lived that said, the Prince of Puke, a favorable one. She said, somehow when you were a child, it wasn't what we had in mind, that you would grow up to be the Prince of Puke. I think they like it better than me being in prison or something, you know?
Well, I guess these are your folks here. Is that
Yeah.
John? Yeah. That looks like Warden June Cleaver there.
They'll be thrilled.
Tell us about the Odorama.
Well, Odorama is the film that you can really smell. And when you come into the theater, you get these cards, and when a number appears on the screen and starts flashing, you scratch and sniff that number. Would you like to try one?
No, I don't.
I can give you a good one first.
No, that's all right. But that's I guess, part of the fun of being there. Well, this has been a pleasure for me. You both seem like very nice individuals, and I want to wish
Well,
you
thank you,
continued good luck in your career, Divine and John Waters. The movie is Polyester. Tab Hunter is in it also.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Okay.
Stay right there, if you will. I want to see something exciting. Now that it's spring all over most of North America, hi there. Good evening and welcome to our show, and a fine program we have indeed for you. My first guest, John Waters, will be here in a moment. Quentin Crisp, Mark Schiff, and many, many more surprises. And not a minute too soon. My first guest tonight has been dubbed the Prince of Sleaze. He is a director, a writer. His films include Female Trouble, Multiple Maniacs, Pink Flamingos, and Polyester. His latest effort is a book entitled Shock Value, which he describes as a tasteful book about bad taste. Please welcome John Waters. John, how are you? Nice to see you again, sir. I found the book very entertaining, by the way.
thank you.
You lead certainly an interesting life. Do you take pride in this whole notion of bad taste? Is that a sense
Well,
of
I
accomplishment
think
for
bad
you?
taste is humor to me. I mean, to me, bad taste is what entertainment is all about.
And for example, what would be something that falls under that
Well,
description?
something recently that's pleased me because, well, the
Yeah.
movie Summer Lovers I really love because it's about being young, rich, stupid, and nude. So I thought that was a good movie I've seen lately.
Is there such a thing as bad taste that is actually acceptable, or as you say, good bad taste?
Well, there's good bad taste and bad taste, yeah. I mean, I think movies like Beyond the Valley of the Dolls is good bad taste. And then a movie like The Greek Tycoon was bad taste because it was about Jackie Kennedy, but they didn't even show her going shopping, you know. So I mean,
that would have been the ultimate bad taste
sort of
for
a
you.
disappointment.
Yeah. Now, how do you describe the movies that you have produced heretofore?
Well, celluloid atrocities sort of sums it up.
Yeah. And what is your reaction? Do you like getting bad reviews from critics, or do you like getting good reviews from critics?
Well, it depends. Sometimes we get bad reviews that I like, but I much prefer a good review, of course, like any filmmaker. But I think Rex Reed once gave us the best bad review. He said, "Where do these people come from? Where do they go when the sun goes down? Isn't there a law or something?" That helped the movie, I think. Yeah.
Now, this was referring to the wonderful cast of folks that you seem to work with over and over again.
Yes.
Now, we're going to take a look at the examples of this for people who have not been fortunate enough to see some of your work. You know what we've compiled here, don't you, John?
Yeah, I think we're going to see A Normal Christmas, my idea of a normal Christmas from Female Trouble, Divine being raped by a lobster and multiple maniacs, Edie playing a retarded grandmother that worships eggs and pink flamingos, and a 400-pound killer maid in Desperate Living.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at this now, and then we'll come back and discuss this. So watch closely. The monitors here in the studio and at home, use your TVs.
Dawn, come see what Santa brought you.
I better get them cha-cha heels.
You're not my parent. I hate you. I hate the devil. I hate Christmas. I'm a maniac. Oh, a maniac that cannot be cured. How was that Eggman today?
Oh, Beth, he's going to come to the party as my date. And Cotton bought me so many eggs today.
Oh.
Look at these. So many little eggies. And I'm still starving. And I'm going to eat them all before I go to sleepy.
Thirsty, Griselda?
You'd better go see about your wife. She's having another mental fit.
I thought you had been stealing my liquor.
Who are these people? We'll find out when we come back with John Waters. Just joining us, all hell broke loose in the band a minute ago, and John Waters is here. And now, tell me, what sort of a child were you? What kind of movies were you influenced by?
Well, I had a pretty happy childhood. My favorite movie was The Wizard of Oz, but I wanted to rooted for the witch because I couldn't understand why Dorothy would want to go back to a dreary farm with that ugly dog when she could live with a woman with green skin and winged monkeys and everything, you know. So, but I always rooted for her the most. But as a kid, I was happiest. I used to get my mother to take me to junkyards and look at car accidents. That was one of my favorite things to do, too.
You liked looking at wrecked cars?
Yeah, and the junkyard man would look at my mother and think, "What are you, crazy lady?" And she was just kind of embarrassed, and I would wander around and imagine the horror that had happened, you know. But my mother was nice enough to take me there.
Yeah, yeah.
Some mothers wouldn't have, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. What about sports? Were you involved in sports as a kid?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I know you're a sports fan. I'm a sports bigot, and I think that some people have to stick up for people that don't like sports, because if you don't like it, it's jammed down your throats all the time. I mean, I'll get in a cab in Baltimore, and the cab driver will say, "How about them birds?" presuming I gather the Baltimore Orioles. But I think that is as ludicrous. If I got in a cab and said, "Wasn't Fassbinder's movie great?" You know, I mean, it's that ridiculous. Just because I'm a man does not mean that I love sports. I mean, like basketball, men the same height as those rather unattractive macrame baskets, putting balls in a big deal. That makes people jump out of their hands and, you know, applaud. I don't get it.
Now, we saw I think everybody that you use on a regular basis in those little
Pretty much,
clips of the
except
film.
Mink Stoll. I don't think she was in them. She's been in all of them.
Yeah. Now, most of those people come from Baltimore, or you found them in your native town of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Tell me about Baltimore. Is that a special pocket of...
Well, I've had people come visit me in Baltimore and say, boy, your films weren't exaggerations. People in Baltimore has a great tolerance for eccentrics, I think. And I look for people that in real life would have what most people would think was a disadvantage, but take that and turn it into their style. And I like to use heavy people a lot because, you know, they take up a lot of room on the set. You can save money with props and stuff.
Also, in the book, you refer to Baltimore as the hairdo capital of the world?
Yeah, you still see a lot of beehives there, which I think is a great look, really. I wish it would come back.
Now, more there than in other parts of the country, you think?
Oh, definitely, definitely. You can go walk down the street, and it's fun to stand behind hairdos when you see the sunlight, and you can look through the web.
Now you mentioned you save money on props and so forth. What would polyester? How much that was?
That cost $300,000, which to me was like the budget of Cleopatra. I mean, Pink Flamingos cost $10,000.
That was not your. That was not your first.
I had
it was
about 5 before that, but that was the first one that got the most play.
Now, what happened if suddenly you found yourself with a very lucrative showbiz Hollywood contract that said $20 million, you can do anything you want? What would we see from you?
Well,
then?
you'd see 5 movies, first of all, because even $4 million apiece would be incredible for me. You know, I'd get my dream cast, which would be the people I work with all the time, but then maybe other people, like 3 generations, a grandmother played by maybe Anita Ekberg, now that she's put on some weight, I hear. And the daughter, maybe Joey Heatherton, and her daughter, Pia Zadora, I think would be a good combination. You know? But see, everybody jokes about Pia Zadora, but I really do like her. I think I could make an audience laugh with her and not at her.
Well, that's good luck, I guess. We're going to pause. We are coming back, and John Waters will be here when we return, and so will I, as it turns out.
Hello, I'm Larry Bud Melman with another one of my 5 reasons why you should ride a Melman bus. Reason number 2. Reason number 2, privacy. We're required by law to limit the number of passengers to 65. That means that at no time will you be sharing a seat with more than 2 people. That means you can sit back, relax, and be by yourself, or be with lots of people, depending how you want to look at it. Only at Melman.
Welcome back to the show. John Waters is here. Mark Schiff is going to join us later, and also Quentin Crisp, and all kinds, I guess, prizes. Everybody gets a prize tonight. Now, tell me about, now these films are not exactly Disney motion pictures, but they go, I mean, they're real in the sense that they go all over the world, right?
Oh, yeah, they play all over the world, yeah.
And you make a lot of dough doing this.
Well, I don't have a helicopter waiting outside for me, but I am a thousandaire.
Oh, congratulations. Now, what kind of mail does this sort of work bring you?
Oddly enough, I got more weird mail from the book than I did from the movie. I guess that's because when you have a book, you can take it home with you. But the weirdest thing I ever got, somebody dug up the lawn of mass murderer John Gacy and mailed it to me. I guess that was the weirdest. But the nicest I got was from a young kid, 15, who said...
Excuse me a second, but does that mean the person likes you?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah, so it was... Actually, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was, you know, beat junk mail. The nicest letter I think I got was from a 15-year-old kid that said that, first of all, the teachers kept taking my book away from him in school, but that he made the same kind of movies I did, but he said, how come they call you so great and I get sent to the school psychiatrist, you know? And then he ended it with, Mr. Waters, one day I will inherit your pukedom, which I thought that was nice, though. You know?
You enjoyed that also? Yeah. Now, that's interesting because you seem like a reasonable, intelligent young man, and now how do your parents respond?
Well, my parents have gotten used to it, I think. You know, but what kind of films you make? I mean, do you expect Alfred Hitchcock to kill people in showers?
No.
No, that's the same thing. I mean, I am not my films. Those are what I think is funny, and I'm lucky enough that there's enough people in the world that have the same warped sense of humor I have to make me make a living.
Now, what would be, you're going to continue making films. Can you tell us what the next project is about?
I'm writing 2 right now, 2 films. One sort of like my old one, and another one going whatever commercial is. Who knows? The #1 film last week was Friday the 13th, where people kill each other, so that's mass appeal now. Yeah. You shouldn't go see the movie, you should stand in the line. That's much scarier.
It's a very peculiar account of your life, nonetheless entertaining. It's called Shock Value. And thank you, sir, for being with us.
David.
Last time you were here with Divine.
Yes, wasn't
nice to
she
see
lovely?
You. Oh, she was. John Waters, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John. Now, regular viewers of this program have watched my dog, Bob.